trial of the summer, the People versus accused rapist Nick Hudson, will begin any moment here at the Bay City Municipal Courthouse, where the crowds have been gathering since before dawn. In the courtroom, some of the Bay City's most prominent citizens find themselves pitted against each other in this controversial case.
Hey, I'm listening to that.
Nick Hudson is trash. It runs in his family. You should be reading this. No. Indulge me, precious. Have a look.
How'd that get in the paper?
Well, I told you that Meredith Dunstan is one of the best spin doctors in the business. One day we're talking about nurseries in the mayor's mansion. Next day, page 1.
But I'm not pregnant. This story's totally bogus.
Well, then let's make it unbogus, shall we?
No, you're losing your time, Grant. Not right now.
Oh, very well. Well, let's find out whether they've taken the trash.
That was Bay City's district attorney promising this crowd a guilty verdict. Definitely what they wanted to hear as anticipation grows. While cameras are not allowed in the courtroom, we'll bring you live updates throughout the day. When we know the news, you'll know the news.
It's a good call. This place is a zoo, and Nick is what the animals are feeding on. I mean, the odds are 20-1 against the guy at the Herald.
Yeah, well, I'd say that's a pretty damn good bet if we can't place his whereabouts the night of the raid.
We will.
When? We've been looking at this map for over a week. All right, we got Sophia's house.
Right.
It's in the hospital. We're in the parking lot. Well, hell, I can think like a drunk. You know that, right? So if I'm plastered, what am I doing in the parking lot? Where am I going?
Come on, guy. You think Cass is going to be able to stall this thing off long enough?
You know, my fantasy is that this trial will end today.
You want him to cop a plea?
I didn't say that.
Then what?
Look, Jake, don't take it personally. This is just not how I envision spending my time as a newlywed.
If the trial goes according to schedule, one of the first witnesses called to the stand will be Bay City Police Detective Josephine Watts. She conducted the initial interviews with the victim, Officer Tony Burrell, a colleague on the force. With Attorney Cass Winthrop for the defense and Assistant DA Dana Kramer heading the prosecution, the tension is running high. The outgoing mayor spoke to us earlier expressing his concern that the outcome of this trial will affect race relations in the city. Will Officer Tony Burrell testify? We just don't know. There is speculation that if she takes the stand, she would be the state's final and very damaging witness.
Tony, listen, I don't care what you say. I'm not leaving you here alone.
I was just thinking you should go sit with my mother. You know, she really needs some support right now.
I'm worried about you, lady. Tyrone's with your mother.
But if I testify, I'm going to need to know you're out there. Please.
Testify? What are you talking about? You won't have to testify for days.
Well, you might lose your seat. Just
you
go,
won't have to
please.
testify at all if Nick pleads guilty, no?
Don't keep your hopes up. Please. Go.
Come here.
Okay.
The police are checking ID for everyone attending the trial. Security is very tight as we approach the opening day of the trial, which will determine the fate of Nick Hudson, who is accused in the brutal rape of rookie police officer Tony Burrell. It is a frantic scene here outside the courtroom. The security officers are about to close the doors, and wait, there is a disturbance in the crowd. It is Chris Madison, Bay City Herald's reporter and a close personal friend of the victim. Mr. Madison, have you spoke with Miss Burrell today?
You know
Will she testify? How is she holding up?
Listen, all of you, okay? Once and for all. No comment. Get the thing out of my face. I have a seat with the Burrell family.
Mr. Madison, is she a close friend?
No
Are
comment.
you two romantically involved?
I'm sorry I'm late.
It's all right. How's Tony?
She's hanging tough, just like we're gonna do.
It's all right.
Dana and Cass have been in chambers all morning.
Yeah, rumor has it that Hudson's trying to cop a plea.
Well, you heard he's pleading guilty?
He ought to.
All rise. I'm calling case 97C-142, the people of the state of Illinois versus Nicholas Hudson. Judge Reeves presiding.
Good morning, you may be seated. Counselors, are you prepared to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bailiff, where's the defendant?
Your Honor, we're running a little late.
We don't run a little late in my courtroom. This is not a country club. Bailiff, you may remove the handcuffs.
Here we go, kid.
Mr. Hudson, you have been charged with the sexual assault and rape of Tony Burrell. Do you understand the charges made against you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how do you plead? Mr. Hudson, how do you plead? Well, speak up, Mr. Hudson. Look, is there some problem? Counselor, what is your client's plea?
The trial of Nick Hudson has begun. I'm reporting from just outside the courtroom now.
So what did he plead?
We don't know what Mr. Hudson's plea is, but when we know the news, you'll know the news.
Please, do not sell me the news. Just tell me the news, all right?
Reporting live as this story develops. But now, it's back to our morning music.
We're in this one together, old pal. Dr. Cohn, Grant Harrison, I just called to say thank you for the excellent care you've given my wife. We're absolutely thrilled the results are so positive. Now, Doctor, as a mayoral candidate, you probably know my views on health care, and of course. I just called to, well, to get the prime conditions for conception. No, she didn't. say anything about that at all. Thank you, Doctor.
You want some good advice? Don't try my patience, Mr. Hudson. Now, last chance. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
No!
He's a liar. He's a liar!
Good, good. You did the right thing. That's what you do.
Silence! Silence, or I will clear this courtroom!
Hey, any news from inside?
No, not yet. But I'm probably going to testify first. I mean,
Isn't
that how Dana runs
Josie,
her
don't talk
trial?
about the testimony out here. These reporters are all over the place.
So what are we going to talk about? The weather?
You know, I've been loving all these nice sunny days we've been having, huh? How about you?
Yeah, but not as good as Hawaii.
Well, you look like you could be on your honeymoon.
To tell you the truth, I wish I was.
I know. But still, you got that just married glow.
I do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Joe, I've been meaning to ask you, what is the department policy on leaves of absence?
Josie, I told you not to worry about that. I'm going to give you a lot of extra time in Hawaii.
Yeah, no, I was thinking more along the lines of 8 to 10 weeks.
That's a stretch.
You're telling me. So this wouldn't affect my opportunities for advancement any, would it?
When are you thinking about doing this?
I'd say in about 7 months.
Oh. Oh. 7 months?
Yeah.
No way.
I'm pregnant.
Get out of here. Hey. Congratulations, Joe.
Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah, we think so too.
Ah, you and Gary don't fool around, do you?
Well, actually, we do
Well,
fool
I
around.
mean, but you know, obviously, when's the big day?
February 1st.
It's terrific.
Yeah. I just hope that I can manage a marriage and a baby and a wonderful husband as well as Paulina does.
Yeah, you will. My wife is pretty amazing, though.
She is.
Sometimes she just tries to be too many things to too many people.
Well, starting a family is a big deal, but I have no intentions of quitting the force.
Well, good, because I don't want to lose you.
Okay.
Kids are cool. You're gonna love them. They add like this whole balance to your life. You'll see. You'll see. We want to have more.
You should. You and Paulina are great parents.
Well, you know, that would be Dante's call, I guess. But, you know, parents and kids, that's what life's all about.
Great. So does that mean that I get my 12 weeks?
10. And we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're talking about rape. Not sex, not making love, rape. A devastating act of violence that transforms our most intimate, life-affirming act into an act of brutality and pain that never ends. This particular rape didn't take very long. A few minutes on the concrete parking lot. But Tony Burrell will have to live with the devastating effects of this attack every day for the rest of her life. Tony Burrell is a career police officer. Despite the terrible toll this attack has taken on her, she still maintains her duties as a police officer. She still puts her life on the line. For me, for you, for all of us. Every day. Now, Tony Burrell hasn't been an officer for very long. But she's a good cop. She earns and demands respect, and she cares. That's why she went back to the hospital the night of the rape. She wanted to check on the defendant. They had had a run-in earlier. He was drunk, belligerent. Still, she wanted to check to see that he was all right. The defendant had been rejected by his girlfriend earlier that night. Angry, frustrated, feeling like a failure.
It wasn't like that.
He walked through that parking lot. And who did he see? Tony Burrell, the woman who had stood up to him, laid down the law. And what did he do? He attacked her, brutalized her, put her in her place. Nick Hudson raped Tony Burrell. The evidence is indisputable and conclusive. Nick Hudson is guilty of rape.
Pauline, it's not just about a baby. It's about the election. It's about Grant's career in politics. It's about our marriage. It's about everything.
These aren't good reasons to start a family, Cindy.
Oh, what does it matter? I can't start a family with Grant. I can't start a family with anyone, for that matter.
You've got to tell him.
I would ruin his career in politics before he even gets it started again. It'd look like he lied to the press.
What are you gonna do? Go around pretending you're pregnant? Don't even think about it.
Come on, I think I'm above a stunt like that.
Yeah. Take my advice. Go home, take a plate of pastries. It might lighten the blow.
You don't know Grant like I do.
Yes, I do. We were an item when I was dumber and thinner. Look, I can't forgive Grant for a lot of things that he's done, but the Grant I used to know was tender, and he could be understanding, and maybe, just maybe, you could bring that out in him again.
If he doesn't kill me first. I'm kidding.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks. Hold that thought.
I meant to do that.
Good morning, darling.
Hi. I was just on my way home.
No, wait. Why not stay and celebrate?
Celebrate? What are we celebrating?
Our good fortune, darling. Our good fortune.
Baby, that's great, man. That's great.
Thanks.
I mean, let me ask you a question. How come you keep something like this quiet? If it was me, I'd be telling everybody.
Because we want to keep it
I would hire a skywriter.
Jake, that's great. Before you go do that, would you just concentrate on this map just for 1 second, please? All right, we got Nick on this side of the parking lot. That's where an employee from a fish fry can place. And now all the way on the other side at the same time, Tony Burrell's getting raped.
The parking lot's not that big. I mean, we've been over this, Gary.
Yeah, but why would Nick, drunk, take off running?
Because he gets wild when he drinks.
Well, if he's so wild, then why didn't Burrell hear him coming?
Because he wears the boots that have the rubber soles. Where are you gonna put him?
What?
Your baby. Are you gonna keep him in this tiny little apartment?
Yeah, we're gonna turn the second bedroom into a nursery.
Because I'm telling you something, Gary. Kids like to have a house. They need a
Really?
bigger. Yeah.
Well, you know what, Jake? Why don't you watch over this, and I'm gonna go out right now and pay cash for a house.
You might think about something that has a yard and a tree house.
It sounds like I should buy a Vicky's cottage.
That's something like that would be great.
Well, maybe someday. You want to look at this right now? Something's gonna jump out at us here. And
You
if
ever
we don't
notice how
catch it,
kids
it's
they'll
gonna be too
just jump all over you when you come in the door?
Yeah.
And they get a little tired and they want to snuggle up. Just fall asleep like that.
It's gonna be great, Jake.
Hmm?
I need your help here. All right, we got one witness that spotted Hudson in the parking lot.
Because
the
it
night
was
Tony
late, Gary.
Yeah, but late. It was a hospital parking lot. It's busy all the time.
Isn't it great to come home every night to Josie?
Yeah, it is. It's
I mean,
wonderful.
just knowing that she's gonna be here when you walk in the door.
Who am I working with here? Jake McKinnon or Ozzie Nelson?
Kind of corny, huh?
No, it's not corny. It's just that you need to find your Harriet, and then you live happily ever after.
No one is disputing the fact that Tony Burrell was raped. We all regret the pain that she's going through. If anything like this ever happened to my daughter, I'd want the person who did it to be punished too. But that person is not Nick Hudson. There is evidence in this case, but it is purely circumstantial. In all the so-called evidence,
Stay positive. The
only
prosecution's
one thing is
argument was very
absolutely
powerful.
clear.
Well, it's Cass's turn
Tony
now. The
Burrell
trial's just
never
beginning.
saw the
Shane
face of
Roberts
that
was
Don't
practically
talk to me
executed.
about
did
Shane.
not see Nick Hudson rape her because he didn't do it. He is innocent. And don't let any flim-flam sideshow from the prosecution make you forget that. Nick Hudson is innocent.
Thank you, counselors. We'll take a brief recess, then the prosecution will call its first witness. This court is adjourned for 60 minutes, and that doesn't mean 61 either.
Oh, what happened?
This lady is tough. She knocked him out before they even got in the ring.
I don't know. The jury really likes Cass.
You think so?
Yeah. Call it a hunch, but I want to change strategy.
But now, why?
Tony, I'm going to put you on the stand first. Cass really hit that Tony didn't identify Nick. I want to deal with that right away, make Tony credible.
You mean credible? She is credible. She has evidence to back her up. What does she need?
I want the jury to know that she's a real person, flesh and blood. They need to know this trial is about a woman, not just evidence. They'll see an honest, calm witness, and they'll carry that image through the trial.
If I can do it.
This may be too soon, Dana. I don't think she's ready for this yet.
You'll never be completely ready.
Cass is gonna make it look like I don't know who did this to me, right?
That's his job. He'll remind them over and over you didn't see Nick's face. It could lead to reasonable doubt, but not if we deal with it head on. Take him by surprise.
She actually makes sense. Might work.
Well, the worst of it's over now, I guess.
Winthrop can be brutal. I've seen his work.
Not more brutal than rape. All right, so if we do this, you think this is the best way to get him put behind bars, huh?
Yes, I do.
Let's do it.
Tony Burrell will take the stand last. I'm sure that's Dana's strategy.
Her testimony will create a lot of sympathy.
Yeah, she's been through a terrible ordeal.
Well, Cass, if they feel sorry for her, they're going to take it out on my son.
Well, it's my job to remind the jury that Tony never saw Nick, and I'll do that every chance I get so that when she takes the stand...
It undermines her.
We'll have reasonable doubt.
But that means you're going to have to go after Tony on the stand. I mean, that jury is going to hate you.
Let me worry about the jury.
I knew you'd plead not guilty.
Well, you gave me the courage when I looked in your eyes. If you believe I'm innocent, Sophia, I have to be.
Well, Cass is gonna make the jury believe it.
Well, it's gonna be tough.
Sophia, I need to talk to Nick.
Sophia, come on.
All right.
Come on. You got to let Cass do his job.
I'll be back, all right?
Thanks for everything.
First of all, stop looking at Sophia so much. Look at the judge, look at the jury, show them some respect.
All right.
And you have to stay focused, Nick. You have to listen to all of the testimony. Take notes. Let me know if there's something that doesn't sound right.
Okay, I will. Sophia's taking notes, too.
But it's critical that you pay attention to the trial, not Sophia.
Okay. Dana Kramer really made me sound like a slime, didn't she?
That's her job. And I don't think the jury bought it anyway.
Good, because I was kind of worried.
Thanks a lot for standing by Dad.
Oh, well, what else am I going to do?
Well, a lot of ex-wives wouldn't.
A lot of ex-husbands aren't Michael, thank God. But when you've loved a man as long as I've loved him, but you wouldn't understand.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Come on, let's go get coffee at Carlino's.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Sophia, I just want you to know how much I appreciate how much supportive you've been of Nick. You know, I know that it's cost you a lot.
No, it's not. I know he's innocent.
Well, it's just that your confidence and your support has meant an awful lot to my whole family. And well, what am I saying? I guess you are like family. Thanks.
Sure.
Hey, Joseph.
Thanks.
Has anyone testified?
No, just opening statements.
If I don't have a cup of coffee, I will never survive this trial.
Thank you.
How's Sophia?
Tony, that kid is a lot tougher than she looks.
Tony?
That kid needs to be a lot tougher than she looks. I'm not saying she's lying, you guys. It's just that she's wrong. And Cass is gonna prove it.
Well, darling, this has been a blast, but I really have errands I have to run. Okay, why don't you tell me what we're celebrating?
Your doctor thinks I'm a fool, Cynthia.
You called Dr. Cohn?
Do you really think that I would take your word for all of this?
Did he give you the test results? Oh my God.
Now, I'd like to have the lab report that he gave to you.
I don't have it.
We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. That's entirely up to you, Cynthia.
I'm sterile. As a mason jar. Barren as the Sahara. We can't have children. Not now. Not ever.
You won't make a liar out of me. We'll have a baby on the way by Election Day, no matter what it takes.
Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, I can't eat those. Why not? Darling, I'm really sorry that I brought up Shane Roberts. It was insensitive, and I just wasn't thinking.
No, forget about it. Forget about it. It's just, you know, we're all upset about Nick.
I know. So, is there anything going on between the two of you?
No, nothing.
Excuse me, court's back in session in a few minutes. I tell you what, would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Well, would you go back to the house and pick up Nick's textbooks? I have a list here. Nick says that he really wants to finish the classes that he started, and he said he'd like to do it for Sophia, and I'd like to help him out. Is that okay?
He loves her.
All right.
Yep, sure, I'll do it.
Let's go.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Thank you.
So, didn't take my advice, huh?
I did. The picture's great. I haven't tried it yet, but it's great.
About Shane. You're still not out of that mess yet, are you?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Well, you don't sound like it. Vicky forgets Shane.
I do forget him. Oh, I absolutely do. In fact, every time I hear his name, I just forget him all over. I don't know, maybe it's just me.
Hey, don't blame yourself. This is Shane's problem.
I just wonder, you know, I mean, am I ever gonna find a guy that's right for me? I pick Jamie, he's some kind of a saint, and then there's Grant, he's some kind of a nightmare, and I lose Ryan. And he was true blue. I don't know, I just feel like the guys I pick are always extremes, you know?
Well, maybe that's about to change.
I just want to find somebody who accepts me for who I am. Just loves me for me, even when I'm driving him nuts, you know?
Loves you no matter what. No matter what. You and only you.
Exactly.
And loves your kids, too.
Definitely.
Would never, ever turn his back on you.
You know this guy?
Hello. It's Jake.
Come on, Gary, what do we miss here? There's got to be something else.
Yeah, well, Nick blacked out. All right, he's got nobody to alibi him. I'm doing everything I can for the guy, but if I can't do anything, I can't.
Somebody else saw him. I mean, he had to be someplace.
Where, Jake? Where was he? And how long are we going to look?
As long as it takes. This is Vicky's brother we're talking about. And there's no way we're giving up.
All right, you're right.
I know, man.
You don't know how to give up, do you?
I'm learning, man. Sometimes you gotta let go.
How many times do I have to tell you? Detective Sinclair has no statement at this time. Neither do I.
But as public servants, don't you
want to
believe
lose
that
your press credentials? Keep talking.
Excuse
us.
Thank you.
No problem.
And thank you for my leave of absence, too.
Hey, you kidding me? There's nothing more important than starting a family, Joes.
I want it all, Joe. A career, family, Gary.
You're gonna get it, because you deserve it.
Don't you wish we all got what we deserved?
Yeah, I do.
Because Tony Burrell sure doesn't deserve to be in that courtroom right now.
People, call your first witness.
The people call Tony Burrell.
Dana. Wait, that's not the order I have, Mr.
No, Your Honor, we had to adjust.
Yes, I thought you said that George.
Why didn't you see this coming? That's wrong, all of you.
Counselor, do you need a moment?
We're fine, thank you, Your Honor.
There are no television cameras here, so everybody just calm down. We will have order in this courtroom.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
You may be seated.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you state your name, please?
Tony Burrell,
Occupation?
police officer, 23rd Precinct, Bay City, Illinois.
Would you please tell the jury where you were at approximately 11:55 on the night of June 22nd?
The Bay City Hospital.
Inside the hospital?
No, the parking lot.
Describe in your own words what happened in the parking lot.
I exited the hospital. I was walking towards my car. I thought I heard a sound, so I turned. I checked out the area around me. I called out, but there was no answer.
Then what did you do?
He grabbed me. And he threw me.
Officer Burrell? Officer Burrell!
Sit down, sit down. Officer Burrell, do you need to take a break?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
How did he grab you?
He grabbed me from behind. He covered my mouth. I tried to fight. And I tried to scream.
Take your time.
He dragged me behind a car. He knocked me down and I hit my head on the pavement.
Then what did he do?
He raped me.
Cynthia? Cynthia? Well, you won't be able to run away from me forever. Sterile, infertile. Damn it. Well, this is not going to stop me. Because there's always another doctor. And there is always another way.
Jake's my best friend. And if we change that, you might lose him. It's my track record that worries me. I can't imagine my life without him.
Oh, come on, doesn't that tell you something? Vicky, relationships change. Hey, look at us. We used to hate each other.
You had every reason to hate me.
Yeah, but I'm married now. I'm happy. And I have my own baby. Okay, that was a little below the belt, but people change. We all change. Even Jake. I mean, he has changed inside. He's grown up.
I'm just glad he's alive.
What?
Do you remember us down in Lassiter at the swings, bawling like a bunch of babies trying to spread his ashes?
And they wouldn't blow away.
Typical Jake.
I had to do this alone.
You don't. You I know you and I didn't always get along, Vicky. But you have no idea how much this means to me to know that somebody else knows how great he is. Was.
This isn't about goodbye. This is just something you gotta do, you know, for Jake. Say goodbye whenever you're ready, you know. Doesn't matter when it is.
I just don't know. Oh, and then when he came back, thought he was Bunny Everhart. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. His memory might have been Swiss cheese, but he still came back to you. What are you talking about? He crashed your wedding.
Yeah, but who saw him first? At the swings. Vicky, I love that powerful. You have to let it change. Let it grow. Come on, the guy came back from the dead for you. It doesn't get better than that.
I've gotta tell Paulina you're alive. She's gonna completely lose it.
Paulina.
Paulina, yes. You're joking, right?
No.
Paulina. She's gonna kill you. You remember me? You don't remember her?
Vicky, who the hell is Paulina?
Your wife.
If I'm in love with this wife, how come I don't remember anything about it? How come the only thing that I can remember is stuff with you?
Officer Burrell, would you look around the courtroom? Do you see the man who raped you?
Yes, I do.
Would you point to him, please?
It's him. Nick Hudson.
NBC's got great comedy heading your way tonight from the women of Must See TV Monday, starting with Brooke Shields on Suddenly Susan. Then it's Sharon Lawrence on Fired Up and Leah Thompson of Caroline in the City, plus Crystal Bernard on Wings. That's followed by Dateline NBC tonight. The new fall season is just a few weeks away, and we've got more great stars coming to NBC. Take Tony Danza starring Wednesdays this fall in The Tony Danza Show. Jenny McCarthy and Jenny airing Sundays this fall. Plus Ice-T and Players, Friday's new drama. And Kirstie Alley and Veronica's Closet, Thursdays after Seinfeld. NBC, the premier star-studded network, is brighter than ever with the stars coming to NBC this fall. While summer's still here, you owe it to yourself to check out NBC.com. Find out what's up behind the scenes of your favorite daytime shows. Plus, for drama, NBC.com has the all-new Pretender Adventure Game and Homicide's new interactive case on Homicide Second Shift. All on NBC.com, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
I'm Maurice Dubois. Tuesday on Today in New York, how to check for vision problems in children too young to read an eye chart. And for adults with poor eyesight, who says contacts have to be dull? We'll show you the latest in exotic lenses. Those stories, Joe's forecast, much more tomorrow, Today in New York.